everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Show featuring Terry Kilakos, president of Northeast Mortgages and chartered mortgage broker. Myself, Chantal Desjardins. Terry, you're looking dapper today.
Thank you very much. I was at a bar mitzvah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you
Yeah.
get did
I
they
got
serve food?
candy and
I
breakfast
was going to say,
and all kinds of good stuff.
Did you bring any for the rest of the class?
I did not.
Okay. If you want to check out how dapper Terry does look, we are live here on Facebook Live. If you go over to Facebook, type in Terry Kilakos, Kilakos. Watch the magic live as it happens. And you can also listen here on CJAD every Sunday, 1 to 2. And call us with your real estate questions, 514-790-0800, or text us at 514-800. Today on the show, we're going to talk about how to increase the value of your home, which is actually quite apropos for me because I'm doing a bunch of renos right now, and I want to make sure that all the money that I'm putting into my condo, I'm going to get back when I sell. You're going to answer that, right, Terry?
Possibly.
Good.
You know what? For those that are listening, before the show started, Chantal was like, "Oh, I got to ask you this." And I was like, "Just listen to the show and you'll find out more."
And I was like, this show? The
This
show that we're hosting?
right now,
That's
baby.
fun.
Yeah.
So we'll get to all that and more, and like what rooms you should renovate, where to make, because sometimes you can put money in and you're not gonna raise the value of it as much as you put in.
Absolutely.
So that's crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
only want to put in the right rooms. We'll
That's
get to that. But first, let's start with a little market update.
Yeah, big news this week. Royal Bank and TD Bank announced that they're reporting the very, very strong second quarter earnings. Okay, they're actually beating market expectations. And a lot of it has to do with, people were thinking that the banks were going to suffer with the new mortgage rules coming in and stuff, and it didn't happen, right? So all of a sudden, the first quarter announcements came out, and they were very strong, and the second quarter announcements just came out, and they're also strong, and kind of the analysts are going, what's going on? Well, what's going on is you got to remember, when mortgages are set up in November and December, when do they fund? They fund much later on, and they're funding now, right? So they're funding kind of towards the spring months, summer months. So obviously the banks are going to have a strong quarter because at the end of last year, people were running like crazy to go and secure mortgages. I mean, it was gangbusters, right? The other thing that is very interesting, and I think it was RBC that said it this week, but basically they came out and they said, well, for every 25 basis points that the Bank of Canada goes ahead and raises, right? So when the Bank of Canada goes and raises the overnight rate by 25 basis points, that translates to about $110 million of benefit or profits for the bank for the following year. So that's huge, right? So we've had a whole bunch of consecutive increases occur kind of tail end of last year, beginning of this year, which is also helping. But now what's happening is the analysts are saying that moving into the second part of this year, so third and fourth quarters of this year, most likely we're going to see a slowdown in the market. We're not going to see the banks kind of, continue to have these crazy earnings, just because right now the real estate market in Vancouver and Toronto is slowing down, although it's going very strong in Montreal. That's going to have an impact, obviously, on the numbers that the banks are going to be showing kind of later on this year. Yeah, interesting stuff, eh?
Good. I like it.
Yeah.
Came prepared.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do like that.
Yeah.
So we're talking about increasing the value of your home. Are you dealing with that a lot, like right now with some of your clients? Do you ever get calls about where to put the money in for?
Well, you know what the funny thing is that a lot of times people are just going to do the renovations, right? They're going to go ahead. They're going to do all kinds of weird things to their house, and just because you do something to your house doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate to the same amount of increase in the value of your property. It could be more, it could actually be less, right?
Like Maravi was saying off the air that somebody was saying, oh, I bought my place for $400, but I put $50,000 in renos, so it's worth $450. But that's not necessarily the case.
That's not necessarily the case, because you got to keep something in mind. There's different things. There's different type of renovations. And, we'll kind of really get into this during the show. But you have to remember, there's renovations that are going to support the value of your house. And then there's renovations that are going to decrease the value of your house. And then there's renovations that are going to actually increase the value of your house. And for those people that are listening going, what are you talking about?
Yeah, how can you renovate and have it decrease the value of your house? Now, can I guess?
Sure.
I went to go see a condo in Old Montreal, and it was this guy that was, maybe 35. He had put together two condos to make one, but it was like a kid that was renovating had too much money and didn't know what to do with it. So he put a sauna in the middle of his living room
Oh my God.
beside the couch.
Fantastic.
What? Why would you ever do that? And the bathroom, the toilet was
Yeah.
beside the bed.
Wow.
So, like, there was no distance between the bedroom and the bathroom. The wall was taken out. So, like, if you were to have somebody, if you had a partner and they had to, like, go for
Yeah.
a little tinkle, like, you had to watch them tinkle.
Well, there was, you know, Penn and Teller, right? The
Yeah.
comedian magicians there,
Yeah.
right? So Penn and Teller, Penn, he has a urinal in his bedroom.
Boudoir.
In
Funny.
his bedroom, which is hilarious, right?
Right.
So I don't know, personally, if I
So he put
bought a
that-
house and in my bedroom there was a urinal, I don't know, I wouldn't really like, you know,
But
I
there's
wouldn't-
no way
wouldn't
that
dig
helps the value.
It does not help the value in any way, shape, or form. Maybe the fact that Penn owned it maybe helps the value of the house, but other than that, it ain't happening, right?
Right.
So you just got to think of it like this, and I'll give you a perfect example, right? So think about a house, it's built in the 50s, 60s, right? You have these like original owners that are living there, and at some point, you know, maybe in the 90s or 2000s, they're like, it's time we renovate. Or the kids are getting like, you know, frustrated with this house that their parents own and they decide to renovate the place. So they hire their friend who's a contractor who comes in and renovates it. But what is he renovating it? He's renovating it to whose standards and to what standards, right? So I'm saying this story because it's actually happened. I know of a family who owned their house from the 60s and then they decided to renovate it at some point in the 2000s. But when they renovated it, they did a horrible job.
Because it was somebody's friend's friend.
Exactly. So the renovations that they did in the kitchen, it was like, you know, dated like 80s. So yes, it was brought up to date from the 50s or 60s,
Right.
right? But the renovations that they did were a disaster. So they put like these chintzy kind of like ceiling fans in that looked like they exploded out of like an 80s house or something, you know. And it was just bad. Like it
Right.
was just bad overall renos. And that actually lowered the value of the house. So they spent, you know, $15,000-$20,000 doing these
Whoa.
renovations, thinking, well, now we can ask for more money, but it actually had the opposite effect because anyone that came to see the house, they were like, "Oh my God, we gotta like, you know, get this house updated," even though it was just updated from
Wow.
the 60s to the 80s.
So they should have
You
just
know,
kept it in the 60s and
they
sold
should
it
have
like
just
that.
exactly. They should have just left it alone. And that's one of the things that, you know, we're going to be kind of talking about because there's a lot of people that say, well, you know what, I'm thinking about selling my house. I'm going to renovate it before I sell it. You got to kind of look at it and say, what are renovations are going to support my value and what renovations are going to increase it and what's going to decrease it, right? So you got to be smart about it because when you're renovating and you're renovating aesthetically, you got to remember something. Not everyone's taste is the same as someone else's, right? I like hardwood floors personally. Someone else might like ceramic.
Right. Or
It
carpet
just
throughout
or
the
carpet,
house.
exactly. I don't know who likes carpet.
Nobody likes
still,
carpet,
but, you know,
right?
whatever. Yeah. You're so like 80s, man.
So
Yeah.
80s. I guess you
Anyways,
can't go back to the guy that like did your terrible reno job and say, actually,
not when
this
it's your
is-
friend,
right?
right?
This is the
So
problem. Never hire a friend.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
is the challenge right
Yeah.
now. So should we? Oh, I guess it's almost time for
We've
traffic.
got like 30 seconds here.
We've
you
got
know?
30
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, it's just that.
Jump into it.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, you just have to be careful, right? And that example of that family who renovated the house, they ended up having to sell about $10,000 or $15,000 under what it should have sold for,
Oh
just
no.
because whoever bought that house had to actually go in and re-renovate everything, and it's just a disaster.
You know what an interesting phenomenon I find? A lot of people renovate right before they're going to sell, but why don't they do it, you know, and be able
Yeah.
to enjoy it? Like I'm renovating it now and I plan to live there for a little while because I want to enjoy my renos before,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm giving you the
Terry's giving me the cut
sign.
it out sign,
Yeah.
which means we're going to take a look at the roads. When we
Yeah.
come back, we will look at how to increase the value of your home and where you should put your money if you're looking to make more when you sell it. Give us a call, 514-790-0800. For now, let's take a look at the roads with Kira Yeager.
I'm just having a look right now at the 132 westbound.
Are we on Facebook Live?
Yep.
Alex, this is all for you, baby. You see, look.
So you just reminded
See
me
that?
of, yeah,
Look,
you
see that?
looking,
Alex,
looking good.
that's just for you.
Look like you're ready for like a court date. You reminded me of Uncle Joey from Full House.
Okay.
Because he used to say cut it out all the time. And did you know Alanis Morissette wrote Jagged Little Pill, you know Alanis Morissette? Like, because Uncle Joey broke up with her and broke her heart.
Really?
Yeah. Now you know. Cut it out.
So I knew Alanis
You
Morissette
did
when
not
she was
know
still
Alanis.
Alanis.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
What's he even saying?
So Alanis Morissette,
Yeah.
right, went through this dark period. She used to be Alanis.
No, she didn't.
Yes.
She was Alanis before she was Alanis Morissette.
Yeah. And there's trivia out there. Who knows that Alanis Morissette was actually Alanis before, and who can actually name
And then
me
what?
a
She
song?
reinvented herself by adding her last name on. Like that's not a huge reinvention.
You didn't know she was a pop singer, like full on. Yeah, I kid you not.
So-
You remember Alanis?
You don't remember? Marav, come. You look so good today. Show everybody how cute you are.
Oh, thank you.
Looking good.
Okay, fine, I will. Oh, yeah.
So the
Yeah.
first, so it was called Alanis. It was in 1995, her first album.
1990, no, man.
No, it was earlier.
1992, 1994, I was in Vanier College
Sorry,
listening to
1990.
the song Ironic.
No, isn't it? No, that's 1991. Sorry.
No, I think you're making a mistake.
I am so not.
I think he's making a
this up.
mistake.
Look, too hot. That's it. Look,
Oh my God, that '80s hair is
Yeah,
epic.
look.
Show the camera.
see, look at that, Alanis. Don't mess, man.
These chairs are,
Here, this is the song.
oh yeah, I remember this song. You remember this song?
Chantal.
What is this?
This
This
is
is the
Alanis.
worst song I've ever heard.
Never
This is
too
Alanis.
hot, never too
Man.
cold.
No.
I remember this song.
Who remembers this song? Look at the video.
Can they see it if I give them the like? All right, we're done with this.
We're back on the air.
Are we? I think we're good. Yeah, we are.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Made you look.
Isn't that hilarious?
I
You
remember
didn't know
that
it?
song.
She's like completely not listening.
Huh?
To me. You didn't know that?
No, and I've never heard that song before.
Yeah.
I never saw you put your mic on that side. It's totally in your face.
How's this?
Lovely.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, so Chantal, what are you up to tonight?
I'm glad you asked, Marav. I will see you guys at my show at the Comedy Nest at 8 o'clock. I'm doing some comedy, doing some stand-up, have some new stuff. Did it last night. I headlined the show. It was excellent.
Did you get any laughs?
All the laughs.
Did anybody walk out?
Somebody threw a tomato.
Did
No, nobody throws tomatoes. No, it was fun. We gotta go. We gotta go. CJAD. I mean, yeah, right now. Bye. There's Terry Kilakos on guitar. No. Do you play any instruments?
No,
No.
no.
But you
I
know what he
used-
does do? What?
I used to play the piano.
Have we talked about this?
No, I don't know.
Do you know I used to teach piano?
Did you?
Yeah, all
That's
through
why.
university.
That's why I stopped playing the piano.
Because there wasn't room enough for both of us?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Terry Kilakos, president of Northeast Mortgages and chartered mortgage broker. Myself, Chantal Desjardins, two pianists, apparently. Now we know. You're learning something new every day.
Listen, the reality is the only thing that I actually know how to play is
Twinkle, Twinkle?
Twinkle Twinkle,
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks. Actually, see, there's a few things that I know how to play. I was gonna say Frere Jacques, but you know,
Oh, yeah.
that's about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then stick to, being the
Mortgages.
president of Northeast Mortgages. Give us a call with your questions, 514-790-0800, or text us at 514-800 today on the show. How to increase the value of your home. Just because you're pouring, 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand into your house doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get that money out when you sell. And I think that's kind of very apropos for me right now because I'm pouring in some money into my condo and I want to make sure it's too late now. I'm already doing it. So I'm hoping that you're going to say the rooms I'm pouring it into.
Did you put in the hot tub?
I've not
like
put
we
it in a hot
discussed?
tub. No, there's no hot tub.
No? Okay.
Apparently they frown on that, just putting it in a condo, your own
Well,
condo.
whatever.
So what's the best, where's the best places to put in? What kind of renos?
So, I mean, usually when you're looking at, kitchen and bathrooms, those are the ones that tend to show their
Yes.
dating.
Yep.
So, when you have like a 50s or 60s home, typically the majority of the things in the house are going to be okay. But the bathroom and the kitchen are the ones that are going to be in a time warp, right? So those are the ones that are going to actually increase the value of your house. So a renovated bathroom, a renovated kitchen will actually increase the value. However, again, this goes to taste, right? You got to be careful what you're putting in there. So, perfect example, my wife and I, we bought a place in 2016. It was a 2002 house. The previous owners were the original owners of the house. The kitchen that was in there, it was a melamine kitchen.
Okay.
So it was, one of those like white kind of like, it looked like it was out of the 80s, but it was actually from the 2000s, which I found kind of bizarre. But anyways, that's a different story altogether. Little tiles on the floor, like these little kind of gray and white tiles
Yeah.
that looks like somebody kind of did something on them. Anyways, whatever. So I didn't like the tiles. And before they put it on the market, they decided that they were going to renovate the kitchen. So they went in and they hired a company that came in, and they must have spent probably anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 on this house in the kitchen. Really, really nice kitchen. My style, exactly. I mean, if I had to choose a kitchen, it would be exactly that. But the one thing they didn't do, for some bizarre reason, they didn't change the tiles. They left the old.
Why would you do that? Why would you
have
just
no
stop
clue.
before the
I have
job's
no
done?
clue. So the first thing that we did when we came in is we changed the tiles, right? So even though they ended up doing renovations, we had to do renovations to fix their renovations, okay? Which actually impacted the price that we paid for the house, right? So although they did all these renovations, we kind of took that into account, but we subtracted money because they didn't do the renovations kind of fully, properly, the way that it should have been done, including changing and bringing up to date those tiles.
Yeah.
After we got the house, there was some friends of ours that came over, and one of them, she's an interior designer, and she likes white melamine kitchens. Okay, this is her thing. She
Right.
loves it, right? So she comes in and she's like, "Oh my God, you know what you guys need in here? You got to get rid of this old kitchen, this old and put in white." And I'm like, "No, that's not my style." So it's one of those things that you have to be careful. And I've always said that the renovations that you got to do almost have to be, they got to try and appeal to as many people as possible.
But which way is that? Is that going with we've been to IKEA lately, and I was looking at all the different colors, and one's like a brown, just your standard, and I like that. But my boyfriend's like, no, we need white that looks sleek like European, and then
Right.
there's this cool blue like a teal. But then how long's teal going to be cool for?
Yeah, so think of it like this, okay? You got to look at who's going to be buying your place. So if you're doing the renovations so that you can live in them and enjoy them, like you were saying, right? You don't understand why people do the renovations before they sell their
Yeah.
house. And I agree with you 1,000%. I've never understood that. You want to renovate your place not so that you could sell it. You want to renovate it so you can enjoy it, right? So if you're renovating it so that you can enjoy it, well, fix it the way that you want to fix it, and the hell with everyone, right? It doesn't matter what anyone thinks.
Right.
But if you're renovating to sell it, what you got to do is you almost have to anticipate who is the market that's going to be buying your house, right? What is their, is it millennials that are going to buy your place? Is it, 30 to 40s? Is it 40 to 50s that are going to buy it? And depending on who's going to actually be moving into it in the future, you got to look at that demographic and see what their interests are. And once you find out what the interest of that demographic is, well, then at that point, you can actually make a proper decision and renovate it so that it matches that demographic.
Right.
And then when they come and visit your house, they're like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing," So I don't know if that kind of answers
Sure.
your
And are there any
question, right?
are there any terrible decisions for the kitchen? Like, do you ever?
Teal. it's always a terrible decision.
Fair enough. Don't do a teal kitchen. I guess this is gonna be awkward when you come over and you see I've done my kitchen all in teal.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Hey, listen, look, I've seen some teal kitchens.
No,
that,
I'm kidding.
you
I
know-
did. I liked it, but I'm like, there's zero chance this is still going to be trendy in like 5 years. You know?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? You got to kind of look at it. Or do you want to do renovations every 5 years,
No,
right? So
no.
if you don't, do something that's going to be a little bit more timeless. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of another example. You know, my parents had bought their house in 1973. Previous owner at some point must have renovated that kitchen because it's not the original kitchen of the house. And oh my God, the cabinets were
So bad.
so bad. So
Yeah, but cabinets
bad.
are pretty easy to like.
No,
No,
you know,
aren't
you
they?
couldn't do anything with this.
Okay.
It was just so bad. They were very high quality, but they were white with these tiny little flowers on them,
Oh,
right? And it was just,
that doesn't sound
it
good.
was
I mean,
terrible. It was so bad. So bad. Melamine, you know, like the whole 9 yards. And my parents liked it, but then eventually when we kind of ended up moving, when they moved and, you know, the whole thing had to
Yeah.
go. Like, I mean, it was just like
we,
gone.
we just got a text. I live in Saint Lazare, large home, 5 bedrooms upstairs, 5 bath, home built in '89. I paid $350,000 back in 2011. Vinyl siding. Thinking of changing the siding on front of the home to brick or stone. Is that a good investment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, like instantly the minute you go to stone or brick, you know, I'm assuming it's not going to be, you know, like the gray stones, like the
big, heavy, super
stones.
expensive
It'll
one.
probably be like, you know, engineered stone. Fantastic investment, you know, because yes, it's going to be more expensive than replacing it with vinyl or
But it's
you
gonna
know,
look so much
it's going
better.
to look so much better. But then again, you also have to be very careful. What are the neighboring houses look like, right? Are they all with vinyl siding?
Why? Is it bad to make it stone if all the rest of them are vinyl?
Well, think
Would
of it
make
like
yours
this. You can
stick out.
actually price your house out of the neighborhood,
Oh.
right? So if you're going to go and spend $150,000 doing all kinds of crazy renovations, yeah, okay, I'm getting the cut from Chantal now. Okay, we'll continue this after the break.
All right, 514-790-0800 or text us 514-800 with any of your real estate questions. How to increase the value of your home with Terry Kilakos and myself after this.
The Real Estate Show.
You guys are hilarious. Cut. Oh my goodness. So who else is going to be on that comedy show tonight?
Should be a fun show. Should be a really fun show.
Yeah?
If you...
Who are the different comedians?
Good
besides you?
question. They posted it today. Looked at it.
It starts at 8
Yeah.
until what, 10?
9:30, 10.
Nice.
And they're doing like a little documentary thing on myself and a couple other comics. So they'll be backstage while I'm getting like ready
Oh,
for the
that's
show.
so cool.
Are we coming back at 34?
Probably why.
Okay, I'll be back.
Gotta go for a little peepers.
Possibly.
Peepers, Terry. Luciano's back there. Give him a little waves.
What's up, Lutz? We got the.
Oh, you guys again. You just keep coming back.
You know what I'm gonna do?
No, don't go bug him. He
No.
said it.
He's already, no, I wouldn't bug him because he has
him.
specifically told me that he would kill me.
If you came and
No,
bugged him.
because he said like literally just a wave would distract him.
Just Marav and I. Hey, Marav. So,
So you like stuff?
tell us about the worst renos you've seen in a place. Were the white with the little flowers, were they the worst?
Oh my god, that was pretty bad. Worst renos, we've seen walls being built without proper framing, with like, hi, oh my goodness, oh
Marav and I were having a serious talk, but Terry's about to interrupt that with
yeah, with a cutout
giant
of some.
cutout
But
head.
we don't even know who that is though. Who is this cutout person?
He's a French celebrity.
Oh, okay.
He used to host the morning show, or the drive home show on, I think it was Energy, and now he's just kind of sitting behind me, creeping, very creeping.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. He's not gonna
It's like he's
appreciate.
staring into my soul.
Well, maybe he's not gonna appreciate you bringing him into
Why not?
the studio. I don't know.
You know.
He's behind Chantal right now. That's
Yep.
weirdo.
It's very awkward. It's very
Yeah,
awkward.
it's
Can you
just
see
bad.
how creepy this guy is? Like right over my shoulder.
You're gonna have to move him a bit.
Go a little front
that's
there. There you go.
That's it.
How's
Now
this?
he's
How's this
part
for
of
the
the show.
creepy?
Fantastic.
Is it creepy?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Super
Boop,
creepy.
boop, boop, picking his nose, picking his nose. Sometimes you think I'm too mature, or you like Chantal. Seriously, loosen up a little bit.
No, seriously.
Loosen
Today at the
up.
bar mitzvah, we almost put Terry in the kids' table.
Why?
How's
Well, you
your
know,
friend
it
Shauna?
went by maturity
Shauna's
level.
great. I wonder
Yeah.
if Shauna's watching right now.
Hey, Shauna!
Hey, Shauna.
Give Shauna a shout out.
Give Shauna a
Hey, I
shout
wonder
out.
if Brandon's watching now.
Hi,
Hey,
I don't know. Hey,
Brandon.
Brandon. Fun seeing everybody on Wednesday. Really fun.
Yeah, it was nice.
Super fun. You guys have so much natural light. I almost wanted to like put sunglasses
It was
on.
crazy, eh?
Yeah, it was
Like
really
the
good.
pictures look like we're outside in like
Yeah.
a backyard.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I didn't love myself in the pictures. I felt
I
like
know
looked,
it's too sunny.
it's too
I
like
was like shiny.
I was like squinty.
I know.
And you know, it just I do best in studio lighting.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so more about terrible renos.
Yeah, so we've seen some pretty
Some
bad
horror
stuff.
stories.
Hot water tanks being put in
random places.
Yeah, like
Where?
In the trap under the house outside where everything freezes.
Oh no! Why would
Yeah.
anybody do that?
Who knows?
So what? Then it freezes, and then what?
And then you have no hot water.
No.
Yeah.
So then what? You have to like pick it up and put it in somewhere else,
Yeah,
or
it
then
has
you
to
have to
be
get a whole
inside
new
the
hot water
house.
tank.
No, it has to be moved inside the house.
Oh, it doesn't like it won't explode.
But you
or
have to
anything.
fix the pipes and stuff.
What a pain in the butt.
And Olympia's asking, how is Cody? Give him a big bear hug.
Cody's great. I just posted a cute picture of Cody on my
Cody
Instagram.
is Chantal's dog.
Yeah, and I brought him for drinks at Northeast Mortgages because we were on our way to softball and Cody had to come, and I was just going to keep him in a room at the front, you know, so he wasn't in the way. And before you know it, there's Cody parading in with Terry.
Yeah.
Terry's like,
Cody became the star of the show, the star of the evening.
oh, wait, we have the same guy from San Lazar. How funny is this? The text just came in. Hello,
Okay.
same guy from San Lazar.
Oh, that's what he wrote?
Windows also original from '89. Very worn
hi.
and not
Those are
working
just-
properly. Many windows quoted 20 to 25 grand to change. Is that a good investment? 20 to 25 grand?
Depends how big the house is.
I'll talk about it. It's okay. You can stay.
Good.
Yeah, Marav, stay. Listen to my voice. Does it sound like
It sounds
hoarse?
sexy.
Hey,
yeah.
Olympia!
Sounds like I've been smoking like a pack a day or
Yeah,
something.
have you?
No, but I've just had a lot on the go, and I had a show last night, and when I practice a lot, it's like, oh, we got to do a thing.
Oh, that's us. Here we go.
No,
No,
it's when they fake it.
it's a fake one.
Fakesies. How's mom?
Mom's great. Mom
Hi,
wants to come
Mom.
visit. I wonder if Mom's listening.
Is she watching on the
Is she
Facebook?
watching on the Facebook? Let's
Mom, you watching on the Facebook?
let's just let's just give her a call quick.
The Facebook.
She didn't want to talk about the time where she didn't know
That it was you.
that it was us. That was me. So funny.
Are you with my daughter?
Are you with my daughter? Hello, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
This is your daughter.
Hi, daughter.
Your voice sounds about as good as my voice.
Yeah, what's up with you guys?
Trying to get you on. We can hear you.
Oh, I gotta share it on my Facebook, or type it here. I'm gonna share it right now. So go on and start watching. Bye. All right, let's load it up.
You're the funniest daughter
Listen,
ever.
we got things to do here. Terry Kilakos, pull it up. Gotta share these. Here it is, sharing it. Share to a page.
I took your glasses by mistake.
There.
Oh, can I have your phone?
Olympia is asking how Cody is. Give him a bear hug.
We already went through that text while you were in here.
Whatever, man.
All right, now Linda's gonna be watching. I get the strangest messages from people.
Do share.
Hi, 4. I like you much.
Oh, nice.
Hi, 4. I like you much.
Creepy.
Creepy. If I end up in a trunk, start with that guy.
Hopefully he's not watching.
Hopefully he's not watching.
Okay, so how many stalkers have you had? Has there been a few?
I haven't had too many bad ones. The only weird one I had, and like some people have bad ones, and it's not good to joke about them, but because I'm still alive, I can still joke a little bit about this one. When I was doing the morning show on Shom,
Your stalker is?
When I was doing it on the show,
Oh,
when I did the
okay.
morning show.
I heard now he's doing
Now
the
he's doing the
morning
morning,
show.
so he just works down the hall. No, when I did the morning show on show 1 year for Christmas, I got a poster-sized picture of me with all these events that I'd hosted throughout the year, and he had taken pictures and then shellacked them on. And on the back it said like, "We're in love and we're getting married."
Oh. Okay, but what's that? What's wrong with that?
Well, obviously, so now we're in love and we're getting married.
It could be him, you know.
You never know. I keep thinking we're about to start, but we're not.
It's fakesies.
Fakesies. You guys ever have any like weirdo stalkers in like celebrity mortgage people?
I had one woman call me one time, and she says to me, anyway, she basically went off on like this whole thing
Tangent.
about whether or not, you know, I sway.
Ooh.
And I
Weird.
was like, no. And she's like, well, I hope when we meet, I don't cause you to sway. And I was like,
No, crazy lady. Stop calling here.
okay.
It
Yeah,
was
that
actually just Marav calling to test you, and you win. You
Yeah.
you passed the test.
Yeah, I did.
Weird.
He just met her for drinks.
Listen, it's a client. I meet all clients, okay?
I get it.
Oh.
I think we're doing it. We're doing a show here, guys.
It's not fakesies now. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. We are talking about all things real estate. Off the air, we're talking about all things not real estate. So if you want to go onto Facebook and type in Terry Kilakos, you can see how dapper he looks. I'm wearing a Canadian tuxedo, denim on denim, and pretty great. You can call us 514-790-0800. Text us 514-800 and ask some questions about whether, you know, what renos you're thinking of are going to be a good investment.
I have to ask Linda if she's dropped you at some point when you were a kid.
Linda's my mom, and for sure she has. You don't get to be like this, just regular
Okay,
old. Yeah.
all right.
So we got a funny text. Same guy from St. Lazare. He says windows are also original from '89, very worn, not working properly. Many windows quoted 20 to 25 grand to change. Is that a good investment? 20 to 25 grand's a lot. Are you going to make that money back?
Well, look, I mean, you know, having these original windows, I can tell you, you know, they're leaking air. A lot of them, the gases between the panes are gone. You know, window technology has evolved, you know, like crazy. And it's one of those investments that if your windows are bad in the house and you decide to sell your house, it's going to impact the value, right? So someone buying your house, looking at a house that needs windows to be replaced, you know, like they walk into the house and they're all like frosted. And the reason why they're frosted is because like there's a ton of water that's leaking inside them. You're going to have a problem, and anyone that's buying it, they're going to be thinking it's going to cost me $20K, so they're going to end up lowballing you on the offer. Whereas if your windows are new, it's one of those investments where it will at least support the value of your house. So in the same example, you know, this gentleman, it seems like he wants to do the outside of the house, right? So he's looking to change the entire look of the house, which I think is great. The only thing that you have to be careful of, you got to make sure that you're not pricing that property out of the neighborhood, right? So think about being in a trailer park. I'm not saying St. Lazare is a trailer park.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
No.
Okay. There's amazing houses in St. Lazare. Okay. But imagine owning a property in a trailer park, and then you decide, well, you know what? Even though I'm in a trailer park, I'm going to go and build a $1 million house here. Great. Good for you. You built that $1 million house. It ain't selling for $1 million because whoever is interested in buying $1 million house is not going to buy it in a trailer park.
No, you never
Right?
want the most expensive house in a
Bingo.
lower
Exactly.
neighborhood, right?
Thank you. Hey,
Yep.
you've been paying attention to this show.
Sure
I'm
have. I've been
impressed.
listening
I love
and
it.
talking.
Yeah. So think of it like this, right? You never want to be the most expensive house on your block, right? But you do kind of want to be either on the lower or the mid-range
Right.
over there, right? So you want to make sure that other houses, when they're selling in the neighborhood, they're going to actually lift the value of your house, not lower it. So very important. So I think windows are a good investment. Plus, a lot of them, depending on if it's going to be thermal panes and stuff like that, there's tax credits that you can apply for. There's a whole bunch of interesting things that you can do. And we got another text from someone else. It is a good idea to make your home a smart home. John, if you ask a gadget guy like myself, 1,000%.
Totally. We're making my place totally smart.
Yeah.
You walk in, everything, the lights turn on,
Beautiful.
You could talk
I
to
love it.
somebody and you say, turn off the lights.
I love
Who's
it.
this Alexa?
Yeah.
You know? And like the
plug
fans,
Alexa.
you walk in and like the bathroom turns
I
on.
prefer Google. But now you see we just demonstrated something.
That we're gadget guys.
You're talking about Alexa. I'm talking about Google.
Right.
Right. So at my house, I prefer to use Google just
Yeah.
because it's a more universal platform. Others may decide to go the Alexa route, right, which is what you're talking about.
Right.
Who's to say who's right?
As long as it's smart. But it's never a bad idea to make a smart home.
I personally don't think so. I think that, definitely as technology evolves, smart thermostats, I can tell you all my fire alarms, all that stuff is all, I use Nest. So it's great. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
So Tim in NDG is on the phone with a house warranty question. Hello, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hello.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Hi.
So what kind of question do you have?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, Terry.
Hi.
I have a question regarding to this warranty, the legal warranty.
Yes.
When you buy a house with a friend of mine, he bought a house with no legal warranty.
Yep.
And recently they found in part of the house where the pipe are passing to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
There are, at least for the insulation, there is a vermiculite, what they call it.
Vermiculite. Yep.
Yeah. That kind of thing, if they find in it, what will be the things that is, some people, they say this is a cancerous.
Yeah, so
hazard.
the first thing that you need to understand is that there's different types of vermiculite. And when we're talking about vermiculite, you can have the vermiculite that contains asbestos, and you can have the vermiculite that doesn't actually. So the best thing to do is actually test it to see what kind you have, and depending on the year and of construction and when that vermiculite was put in, it'll be a good kind of a good gauge, but get it tested. Most of the time, if the vermiculite is not touched, in other words, if it is not, how can I say, disturbed, it's not going to cause a health issue. However, the problem is that once you start disturbing it, you're kicking up dust, you're kicking up the actual, not spores, the hairs, the asbestos hairs, and that'll actually could cause health problems. So the best thing to do is actually get a professional to come in, test it out, see what's going on with it. Unfortunately, the house was bought without legal warranty, so you're not able to go back really to the previous owner and tell them, well, this has vermiculite and you didn't, you have to fix it, unless you know that they purposely sold a house without legal warranty, knowing that there was vermiculite, so that they can actually defraud you, if you will, if I'm using the correct word. Yeah.
When the inspector came to inspect, they were calling every hour to find out what was the result of the inspection. Probably they were worried about that kind of thing.
Well, it's a conversation that you can have with them, and then it's a matter of, deciding whether or not you want to actually go after them for something like that. I can tell you, to remove that vermiculite, it's probably not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and, it's to hire a lawyer, and to, all the lawyers listening right now, they're like, you terrible person.
Hire me.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead.
Sorry, can I take a sample of that one? There is a lab anywhere?
Yes, absolutely. So there is labs. There is labs that you can get to. If you want, call our office tomorrow, and I'll get you the phone number of one of the labs that our agents use. And by all means, okay, it'll be my pleasure to try and help out.
Thank you.
Thanks,
very
Tim.
much.
All the best, Tim.
All right, Terry. So increasing the value of our home. What are some simple things, now that I've spent a bunch of money renovating the kitchen, what are some simple things I can do that aren't super costly?
Paint.
Okay, good.
Number one.
Doing that right now.
Second thing, clean your windows. Believe it or not, cleaning your windows is a huge thing.
Are you just talking the glass? You talking like in the little grooves?
I'm
like
talking
my
about
grooves are
everything.
super dirty. Can you get somebody to come in and like take the windows out?
Yep. Clean the windows. Okay. So a fresh coat of paint, cleaning the windows. These are all things that can potentially actually increase the value of your house, because when somebody walks into a house that's dingy, right, that there's not a lot of light coming in. Now to you, it might seem like there's light coming into your house because you're used to it. But chances are, especially if you're a smoker or something, get someone to come in and actually do those little things.
More on how to increase the value of your home, spending money, not spending money. If you are spending money, make sure you spend it in the right spots. You can call us 514-790-0800 or text us at 514-800 alongside Terry Kilakos from Northeast Mortgages. Here we'll take a look at the roads with Kira Yeager.
Recently, we had an accident that was on the Gédéon-Ouimet Bridge up in Laval, Laurentian.
Olympia is saying, Deanne L. Gobi, great show topic. Learn something from every show. Thank you, Terry, Olympia, and whole team. And Olympia wrote, thank you, Deanne. He does make it so clear and easy to understand. He needs to hold conferences. Great speaker. Thank you. Did you hear? Did you hear?
I hear what?
You heard.
I heard what?
The 3 sexiest professions?
I did hear, and I heard that you are all 3 of them.
That's right.
So, what is it?
Number 1,
real
entrepreneur.
Estate? Entrepreneur.
Number 2, radio personality.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
And number 3, pilot.
Oh,
and
pilot.
I flew a plane before I drove a car. So.
How did I not know that you were a pilot?
I don't know. A lot of people don't know that.
Did you say you flew a plane before you drove a car?
Yeah, it really did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You're like the guy from Dos Equis, the
most
interesting guy in the world.
I love the way you said that. Dos Equis.
You're the Dos Equis guy.
Yeah. Dos Equis does not sponsor this show.
But if they did, they would sponsor
Hey, you
Terry.
didn't do your whole Fiji, the thirst.
I don't have. I have this. Nordest Hypothek for all your mortgaging needs.
What?
Because I'm holding Northeast.
Oh, that's too high. That's it.
Delicious. Delicious. I think I can hear the sea. No?
Okay, I guess you have no liquid in that.
No. Wow. I should have just poured it in. It's just I don't know if it's been cleaned, you know? I don't want to drink out of like a mug that somebody else drank.
So Chantal shows up to our, we had a cocktail party this week, and she shows up to the cocktail party with her dog. The funny thing is that Cody
was a star.
Was like a bigger star than
deal.
Chantal and everyone else there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Cody takes over.
I'm thinking we should actually bring Cody to the studio.
Probably.
And have him like just sit in the middle here.
We should. We'll have him sit on a chair.
Does he sit on chairs?
I mean, he would if I placed him on a chair.
And we like strap him down or what?
No, we just let him sit. Listen to my voice. I'm losing my voice. I've got a show
a comedy show tonight.
No. It's just, I got a lot going on. I got shows. I'm practicing all the time. We got texts coming in like crazy.
Text me to the moon.
Da, 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 da.
So you know what I saw yesterday? Solo.
What Solo?
Star Wars Solo.
Oh, was it good?
It was very good, actually.
Great?
Yeah.
Do you love Star Wars? Have you
I
seen
like
all the
Star
others?
I'm a Star Wars guy.
I've seen them all.
And Anthony was like losing his marbles.
Yeah.
So Anthony's my little guy.
He's how old?
Got
10?
8. And he's like severely fidgety. Like he just like...
Where does he get that from?
I don't know. I wonder. Anyways, he was like on the floor in the theater. He's like putting his head between like the seats in front of us. It was insane. It was like just sit still. Like I am.
Takes after daddy.
Yeah. It was really good. I can't believe you didn't see it?
I haven't seen it.
It's
I haven't
really
gone
good.
to see a movie in months and months and months. Marav, I feel like you should be in on this, one of these like commercial breaks. No? Shaking your head? People want more Marav. That's the feedback I get.
Yeah.
More
They don't want
Marav.
Terry.
More Marav.
I'm more behind the scenes
I
kind
know,
of
but-
girl. You know?
I thought we were on. We're not on.
Aren't you supposed to be like on top of the timer rather than guessing when you're back on?
Right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of you hosting with Terry.
No,
Because
I
like, we
don't
were
get a
counting
timer.
on you.
No, that's a bad call.
She's like terrible.
I come back in when they tell me I come back in.
Oh, so you just do what people tell you to do?
That's me.
What
I'm
was
11.
that?
That was my. I thought you were throwing something heavy in my face. It was in protective turtle face. Like
How would that defend you?
it
How
wouldn't.
would
It
that,
just
like,
makes me
protect
feel
you?
better. That's like when we're playing softball and every once in a while the
Oh my
ball
god,
flies
these
up.
headphones
and
are
people like,
terrible. Wow.
Let's get back on the radio show here. Let's do it.
So we've got 3 more shows after this.
That's
And then
it.
it's off for the summer. We're going to go and gather all kinds of real estate information.
All the real estate information.
And come back in September.
Want to wave at the guy? Hey.
What's up? Come on
Alright.
in.
You're on the
Look.
air, you're on the air.
Look.
You can wave at
Come
the
on in.
Facebook Live if you want.
Hey. Look who we got.
What's
it's a
up,
cameo.
guys?
I hate to interrupt your love fest, but welcome back to the real estate show.
Here on CJAD, Terry Kilakos, president of Northeast Mortgages, inviting everybody in.
Yeah, we have a cameo here. You want to say hi?
What's up, everybody? Adam Greenberg here from Virgin Radio.
Thanks for coming down the hallway.
Adam decided to join us in studio.
Well, decided because you're like, come on in,
Yeah.
Adam. We're talking about increasing the value of your home today on the show. Adam, have you ever done some renos? Done some home renos? You're looking at me.
I haven't done any home renos yet. I don't
Okay.
own a home.
Good. Well, do you
That's
want
why
to
I
know?
need to speak to Terry.
Okay, yeah, you do. Because some basic things not to compromise on that would make a difference. Terry?
Yeah.
No,
What?
no, this
Are
is
we-
this
oh,
is
are we
your- this
talking
is
about
like-
something that-
This is where you jump in with some things like countertops. So we're looking at my kitchen right now.
Okay.
I'm deciding between like granite, quartz, or just something that looks sparkly.
So once you start going into the higher end countertops and stuff like that, I'm losing my voice now. Like Chantal has
it's
no
catchy.
voice. And, yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so once you start going into those higher end countertops and things like that, you're gonna be okay. Again, it comes down to taste. You know, some people will like the quartz, some people like this. Stay away. Obviously, if you're doing a really high end kitchen, it doesn't make sense to drop melamine down, you
Right.
know, or something like that. One of those cheap countertops. But like I said, once you start going higher end, you're good. Just make sure that whatever you do makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a teal kitchen, make sure your countertop's not teal. I don't know.
Don't do a teal
whatever.
kitchen, I think
Yeah,
is the
just moral
safe.
of the story: don't do a teal kitchen.
Okay.
A teal kitchen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she wants to do a teal
I
kitchen.
didn't want to do it, but I just thought it looked fun in the store. And then I was like, wait, like, is this going to go out of style in 3 months? And I'm going to hate a teal kitchen.
Right.
What about hardwoods versus floating floors? Because it's so much
Hardwood,
cheaper. So
yeah,
much cheaper.
Absolutely. Hardwood all the way.
Oh.
Okay, floating floors, you got to keep something in mind, right? You spill water on them, even the higher and the ones that are really well engineered, you spill water on it, it's going to start to bubble. Maybe an engineered floor, like those kind of fakey ones there that are like $1 a square foot or something like that, might be okay in certain circumstances,
Right.
in certain homes. The majority of homes, a hardwood floor would actually make a hell of a lot more sense because don't forget, a hardwood floor, you can also go in when it's starting to look a little drab, go in, resurface
Yeah.
it, revarnish it, and then you got a new floor again. You can't do that with the fakesies.
Do you have any questions, Adam?
I have a quick question before I
Yeah.
got to run back down the hall. And
I get
we
it.
do have a
Do
show.
the
My
show
radio
that you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm currently
Yeah.
on air there. So my question to you is, in looking for a home now, my wife and I are debating between turnkey and something that was already renovated, or doing something on our own and like going in and kind of building up from ground zero.
So if you're a handy person, I always prefer doing some renos yourself because first of all, you're going to get a deal on the house, right? So you're going to be able to actually increase the value of your house by yourself. So you're
Right.
going to actually be putting some sweat equity into it. But besides that, you're going to also be renovating it to your taste, right? As opposed to getting something that has already been renovated. But if you're completely inept with renovations,
Like me.
Like me, I was just doing
you
the
bet
me.
your wife, I think she's good, right? So she can
I
paint.
mean, she's
Well, she's not gonna get, like, a
good, but
hammer
yeah,
and, like,
I don't think she's gonna
saw.
build our house,
Yeah.
you know. But
So, I would probably go with something that, you're young. I would go with something that needs a little bit of renos and that you can fix yourself.
Okay.
So that you can actually get that equity, that sweat equity in there.
Well,
Cool.
thanks for popping by,
yeah,
Adam.
thank
Thanks,
you
Adam.
guys. Have
Cheers,
a good
man.
one.
Yeah, go host your show. We've got Leslie from the West Island. Hello, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie.
I have it's a two-part question.
Sure.
I have my basement is all finished very nicely with a high-end bathroom
Mm-hmm.
and a bedroom. I call it a bedroom, but my husband doesn't because it doesn't have a closet.
Yeah.
But if we put it on the market, can we call it a 4-bedroom, or is it like because we have 3 up?
It's not a bedroom. If it doesn't have a closet, it's in the basement. It does not it's not considered a bedroom. It's a room. You can maybe call it an office or something like that.
What if you put like a little IKEA unit or like a unit there that could be double as a closet?
It's not very complicated to build a closet,
Okay.
however. So
yeah, that's just it. I got a quotation for around $1,000 because one of the walls goes into a storage area.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely do that because if you're able to put in that closet, it's going to automatically... See, the minute you go from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom house, your price of your property goes up drastically.
But wouldn't it still be a 3+1?
Yes, it would. It would still be a 3+1. However, it would be, it's an actual bedroom, right? It's not just
Okay.
like a room.
All right.
All right.
All right. So that's made up my mind. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Leslie.
Thanks, Leslie. Just got an interesting text that I'm curious about too. Removing the only bath. I'm not a bath person. I never take baths,
Yeah.
right? But it just takes up half the damn bathroom.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about taking
You
out
swore.
the gosh darn bathroom, thinking about taking out the tub and replacing it with a walk-in shower. So somebody just texted that, would removing the only bathtub in the house, replacing it with a walk-in shower, would that lower the value of a home?
No, it doesn't, especially in this market, right? So, mind you, again, it depends on who's buying. I like bathtubs. That's just my thing.
Didn't
right?
know that about you, Terry.
I do. I like taking bubble baths.
Okay.
Go figure. So do my kids.
Good to know.
But that's not everyone. And kind of the trend right now is people are looking more and more into homes without bathtubs. They prefer showers, right? So a really nice shower can actually increase the value of your house. But again, if you were to actually do like the comparisons, having a bathtub actually increases the value of a house.
That's what you'd think.
Yeah.
Having a bathtub would increase.
But again, it depends on who's buying it, because there's just going to be certain people that are going to walk in, they're going to say, wow, this is a really nice bathroom, nice shower, nice everything, different.
Right. Like mine just holds dirty clothes.
Yeah.
Is
Like
what it does.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my hamper.
You're terrible.
Now you know. Random facts about Chantal. So we're almost out of time already, and I feel like we haven't gotten through half the renos talk.
No.
We might have to do this like
we're going to continue this next week.
because this is everybody wants to talk about this.
Yeah.
We have a ton more texts. Maybe we'll keep an eye on those for next time.
Absolutely.
And call back next time. Terry Kilakos, president of Northeast Mortgages and chartered mortgage broker. How to increase the value of your home. It's more complicated than you thought.
It really is.
And we will get back to it. Oh yeah, you can call them anytime at 514-680-4674. We will tap on this a little more again next week. Have a great week, everybody.
Would removing the only bathtub and replace? Okay, that one. Planning to sell our house.
Somebody like me who has kids, I need the bathtub.
Right.
Yeah, so like you can't sell it to a family with little kids.
Right.
Most kids take baths.
Yeah.
You guys want to say something before we get off the air?
Do you want to say something? Do you want to answer this last text?
Planning to sell our
take a picture of that
1963 house, main bathroom completely renovated as well as kitchen. Downstairs bathroom needs to be renovated better. I'm going to leave this for next week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we're going to keep it till next week. For those that haven't subscribed already, please take a second, go online to newsonthego.ca. That's our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. We will be having a contest in the next couple of weeks.
What do you win? What do you win?
There's going to be some cashish that's going to be...
Cashish?
Not to be mistaken with...
Cashish.
Cashish.
And for any of Chantal's stalkers,
no, don't say
she
stalkers.
will be tonight at the Comedy Nest at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Terry and Marav will be there, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Possiblemente.
Yes,
it'll be very funny, so come down. Very funny. Unless I lose my voice, then it won't be funny. Bye!